Every modern rocket faces the same challenge: escape the ground, survive the atmosphere, and accelerate fast enough to remain in orbit. Some carry small satellites, some launch crews and heavy cargo, and some are being developed for journeys to the moon and beyond. Alongside them stands one legendary machine from the past, the benchmark that proved what heavy lift could achieve.
We begin with Electron. At 18 meters tall, it is easily the smallest modern rocket in this comparison. Its 9 Rutherford engines produce about 0.19 meganewtons of liftoff thrust, carrying roughly 300 kilograms into low Earth orbit. That is tiny beside the heavy launches ahead, but that is exactly the point. Electron gives small satellites a dedicated flight instead of making them wait for space on a much larger vehicle. In June 2026, its 10 Owl of 10 mission placed another radar imaging satellite into orbit for Synspective. Small rocket, very specific job. Next in this lineup is Falcon 9. It stands 70 meters tall and can carry up to 22.8 tons into low Earth orbit. 9 Merlin engines generate about 7.6 meganewtons of thrust at liftoff. But its defining feature is reuse. After separating from the upper stage, the booster can steer back through the atmosphere, restart its engines, and land vertically. Falcon 9 now carries astronauts, station cargo, commercial satellites, government spacecraft, and frequent Starlink missions. It launches so often that its most recent flight can change while a video like this is still being edited. A rocket that leaves Earth, then returns to fly again.
Falcon Heavy combines 3 Falcon-derived first stages. It remains 70 meters tall, but becomes dramatically wider and far more powerful. 27 Merlin engines ignite together, producing about 22.8 meganewtons of thrust. Its published capacity to low Earth orbit is nearly 64 tons. Falcon Heavy is used when a mission requires more energy than Falcon 9 can provide. In April 2026, it launched the Viasat-3 F3 communications satellite toward geostationary orbit. After liftoff, the side boosters can separate and return independently, turning one enormous vehicle into 3 rockets moving in different directions. Ariane 6 is Europe's newest heavy launch system. This is Ariane 64, the 4-booster configuration. It stands about 63 meters tall and can carry roughly 22 tons into low Earth orbit. 1 Vulcan engine powers the central stage, while 4 large solid boosters provide most of the initial force at liftoff. In June 2026, Ariane 6 launched 36 Amazon LEO satellites in a single mission. Its upgraded boosters carried the heaviest payload in Ariane's history. Ariane 6 was designed to adapt. Different booster configurations, different payloads, and missions ranging from Earth orbit to deep space. New Glenn rises about 98 meters above the pad. 7 methane-fueled BE-4 engines produce roughly 17 meganewtons of liftoff thrust. The rocket is designed to carry as much as 45 tons into low Earth orbit. Its first stage is reusable, descending toward an ocean landing platform after separation. The vehicle's 7-meter payload fairing is also unusually spacious. That gives large spacecraft and groups of smaller payloads far more room than many earlier rockets could provide. New Glenn belongs to a newer generation of launchers, built around both heavy lift and booster recovery. It is not merely tall, it is built wide. NASA's Space Launch System was created for missions beyond low Earth orbit. SLS Block 1 stands about 98 meters tall. 4 RS-25 engines power the central core, while 2 enormous 5-segment solid boosters provide most of the force at liftoff. Together, the system generates roughly 39 meganewtons of thrust. Artemis 1 sent an uncrewed Orion spacecraft beyond the Moon and safely back to Earth. Artemis 2 followed, carrying 4 astronauts around the Moon, the first crewed lunar flyby in more than 50 years. The next step is Artemis 3, returning astronauts to the lunar surface itself. Unlike rockets optimized for frequent satellite launches, SLS is designed around deep space energy, sending Orion, astronauts, and major cargo toward the Moon in a single launch. To understand today's heavy launchers, we need one machine from the past. Saturn V is the legacy benchmark. At 110.6 meters tall, it carried the Apollo missions that sent humans toward the Moon. 5 F1 engines produced roughly 35 meganewtons of thrust at liftoff. Its first stage consumed propellant at an extraordinary rate, lifting the fully fueled rocket before its upper stages continued toward orbit and beyond. Saturn V launched the lunar missions and later placed Skylab, America's first space station, into orbit. Skylab 1, launched in May 1973, was its final flight. Saturn V is not a modern operational launcher, but every new heavy lift rocket is still measured against what it proved was possible. From the legacy benchmark to the largest modern launch system now in development, Starship changes the scale again. The current system stands roughly 124 meters tall. Its super heavy booster carries 33 Raptor engines, producing the greatest published liftoff thrust in this comparison. The complete system is being developed for full reuse, the booster returning after launch, and the upper stage designed to re-enter, land, and fly again. Its planned roles range from deploying large satellite groups to lunar landings, and eventually missions to Mars. Its 13th flight test was halted automatically during engine ignition, the vehicle's own safety systems doing exactly what they were built to do. The next attempt comes on Monday, the 20th of July. If it flies, the largest rocket ever built takes another step toward becoming routine. Seven modern launch systems and one legacy benchmark. 8 different compromises between size, payload, thrust, reuse, cost, and destination.
T-minus 10 seconds. Go for main engine start.
Height tells one part of the story. Payload tells another. But at this moment, thrust decides whether anything moves. Among the modern systems, Starship is the tallest and has the greatest published liftoff thrust. Electron is the smallest, built for precision rather than raw scale. And Saturn V remains the legacy benchmark. The historic machine that carried crews toward the Moon
and proved what a super heavy rocket could accomplish. There is no single best rocket, only different machines, built for different missions and different eras.
Which modern rocket surprised you most? The compact Electron? The reusable Falcon 9? The moonbound SLS? Or the enormous Starship? And how do they compare with the legacy of Saturn V? Tell us in the comments. And subscribe to Particle Atlas for more journeys built from particles.